diagnosis. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Welcome back. We're trying to figure out the benefits, the pros, the cons to exercising outside instead of inside.
Yeah, there's a lot of new research in the field of psychology and neurology, and some small studies, but interesting ones, comparing the possible benefits to our brain, to our mood, to our concentration and focus. When you compare people who exercise indoors versus outdoors, where do you like to exercise? Don't say nowhere.
I'm 5-6 days a week. Indoors, though, is where I work out.
Okay, same.
It just depends on what I'm doing.
So this is a theory that has to do with green exposure, right? That when you're out in nature, outside, your body requires actually less intellectual processing and can kind of engage more into holding attention in almost a subconscious way, and that the benefits of exposure to nature are much better. It's something to consider. Now, I want to say the flip side, there are benefits to exercise. Weather may be more convenient. My brother is a huge marathon runner. He's done 11 marathons on this Boston marathon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm First Warning Meteorologist Glenn Glazer. We have a tornado warning in effect now for the Palm Beach Gardens Riviera Beach area due to a very strong severe thunderstorm that is now working its way across the area from southwest to northeast. Let me slow down the radar here, and we can see this storm right here. And watch what happens as it gets up close to right around Palm Beach Gardens and Magonia Park here. We start to see that tornado polygon come up, and I'm going to freeze frame it now for you so you can see exactly the area that we're talking about. Here's all the lightning data, and this is the thunderstorm. Everybody around Palm Beach Gardens, North Palm Beach, Juno Ridge, Juno Isles, Lake Park, all the way up to Juno Beach there. Please take shelter immediately. I'm going to switch gears here, and I'll show you where we have the potential for this. Let's zoom out a little bit here, and I'll put it right on here. So this is where the concern is, right in this area here, where you see the greens and reds coming together. North Lake Boulevard, right around Sun Court, Ballin Isles, Military Trail. This is a thunderstorm that is moving to the northeast at a very fast clip. It's moving at 25 miles per hour. I'll read you from the National Weather Service. We're talking about a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located over Riviera Beach, moving northeast at 25. Flying debris, very dangerous situation here. Jupiter, West Palm Beach Gardens, Riviera Beach, all of these areas need to be paying attention right now. Let's zoom out a little bit here. Again, you can see the polygon. I just want to make sure everybody sees the area that's involved, and I'll circle it for you. It goes from this edge of the polygon all the way down to the south here. So everybody in Magonia Park, down toward West Palm Beach, up towards Palm Beach Gardens, Juno Ridge, Juno Isles, and Juno Beach. And now let's start zooming in to the areas of which we have the most concern. And I'm going to switch over to the Palm Beach radar right in here. See this area here? See these light reds right in here? And there's some greens back here as well. But it's this area that I'm going to zoom in and really focus on right now. If you are right around here, along Blue Heron Boulevard, 23rd Street, West 23rd Street, West 29th, right around Laurel Ridge Court, North Congress Avenue, and Garden Road. This spot right here is a major concern right now, and it is moving up to the northeast, this direction here, at 25 miles an hour. So headed for Lake Park here at a very fast clip. I'm going to actually zoom out a little bit and do a couple of tracks for you so you know exactly where it's headed and when it will get there. So let's extend this out a little bit. We're talking about Lake Park in the next 2 minutes. And then after that, zipping up to the northeast. I'm going to switch gears here and go over to a different level of velocity so I can show you the mix. So what are we talking about here? Why are we looking at where there is red and green? Red is one direction of wind, green is the other. So when you see an area where you have a cross-section of winds going two different directions, that is an indication that there could be rotation there. Winds moving down toward the southwest, and in the same instance, winds turning around and going back up to the northeast. So you get that swirling motion here, right in here, and that's where we're concerned about a potential tornado that could be developing. Let's get rid of my squiggly line so you can see the area that's in bright red. You see some greens back here. And I want to go back a little bit to this area too. This could also be a dangerous area along Haverhill Road North and around 45th Street, back out to the west a little bit. Back out toward the turnpike here is what we're looking at as well. Right in here, Haverhill, Blue Heron Boulevard, and I can go down a little closer actually to street level here, 49th Terrace, all the way over toward North Military Trail. I'm going to switch over on my computer so I can read any updates from the National Weather Service. They're still watching a couple areas for rotation, and this is until 2 p.m. Why is it only until 2 p.m.? Well, because at 25 miles per hour, this entire thunderstorm will be offshore in the next 25 minutes. 20 to 29 minutes at this point, 28 minutes. I'm going to go back to the reflectivity on the radar so you can see what's happening. And this purple area here is the most intense part of the thunderstorm. And that stretches from Juneau Ridge all the way down to North Palm Beach, down to Lake Park, and all the way down toward Mangonia Park as well. This part of this thunderstorm is why the National Weather Service went ahead with a tornado warning. Now, it is our practice here, our rule here at WPBF, that during a tornado warning, we stay on the air until the warning is allowed to expire or if it's canceled. And at this point, we're only a couple minutes in to about a 30-minute tornado warning. I'm going to put this into motion. I'm going to do it really slowly so you can see the direction the storm is moving just in the past 15 minutes. Look how fast that moved over toward Lake Park and up toward Monette and Juneau Beach. I'm not sure if it's Monet or Monette. I'll have to get the pronunciation on that. But it's right along RCA Boulevard there. 117th Court, Burns Road. Now, often when we're in a situation like this, we tell you get in the safest room in your home or building. And that is what you should be doing right now. What is the safest room? It's a room that has no exterior walls and no windows. Could be something simple like a bathroom. It could be simpler than that. In my home, it's a closet. It's one of the only rooms we don't have a window in or an exterior wall. But it shouldn't have any walls that face outside and any windows in it. That's where you need to be right now as this continues to move to the northeast at 25 miles an hour. It's relatively close to the coast. I'm switching back to velocity. Velocity is the direction that the wind is moving. Green is moving one direction, red is the other. And where you see red and green mixed together is where you have the potential for rotation. So this is Riviera Beach here with the reds and greens coming very close together. I'll circle it right in here. Gramercy Park, Mangonia Park, Riviera Beach, and Lake Park. Please, please take cover right now. We've got winds 60 miles per hour or higher. And of course, if we have a tornado in this area as well, we're going to have some potentially higher winds than that pushing through this part of our viewing area. As we back out a little bit and you see the polygon leading offshore, what can happen is once it gets offshore, it could also be a hazard for boaters. Any tornadic activity on land, even if it doesn't develop completely, even if it's just a funnel cloud on land, can eventually move out over the water and become a waterspout, which is a huge hazard, of course, to boaters. I zoom back in. I'm going to switch over to the Palm Beach International Airport radar, which gives us a little more of a precise picture in this area here. And I'm right along North Congress Avenue, right down. I'm going to get right down to where we're seeing the reds and greens mixed together, those different winds moving different directions, and that's right at the intersection of Military Trail and North Lake Boulevard and North Congress Avenue around Sun Court. This is the Palm Beach Gardens area here. So that's what we're talking about right now. Around alternate A1A, you've got Burns Road, you've got RCA Boulevard, all of these areas under a tornado threat right now. And you can see right in here, look at that, where the reds and greens are very close together. This is RCA Boulevard, Fairchild Avenue, Canal Road. This is moving up to the northeast, so in the next few minutes, if you find yourself around Oak Drive, South Wallen Drive, Bay Circle, or on Ellison-Wilson Road, it's moving your direction now. Take the opportunity to get inside a safe room, We have the camera up there, and you can see the intensity of this storm. It's a complete whiteout there as far as the rain goes. Gray out. There, look at that. Also, incredible number of lightning strikes. Let me put up the lightning data for you so you can see how many lightning strikes just in the past few minutes, over 22 lightning strikes. And lightning strikes are read by the little counter in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, right up in here. You'll see that in the corner there, lightning strikes. So what does that indicate? It indicates how many lightning strikes are on your TV screen at this moment. Only within the view that I'm showing you. If I back out, it'll be more because it's covering a larger area. Let's zoom back in. If you're just joining us now, a tornado warning in effect for Palm Beach Gardens, Riviera Beach, parts of West Palm Beach, although as I look down toward West Palm, I'm not seeing the same kind of indicators that I'm seeing up here in the Riviera Beach Lake Park area. This is the area, I think, of highest concern at the moment, from Gramercy Park to Mangonia Park to Riviera Beach, Palm Beach Isles, and North Palm Beach, and also back up here into Palm Beach Gardens around Central Boulevard. Please pay attention if you're in this area. Find yourself a safe place to be. Head on inside to that safe room and stay safe. So we've had quite a couple of a week or so of weather here in South Florida. We've had several different systems move across the state, bringing us the potential for severe weather. And today, we do have a cold front that's working its way down through Florida, and that is what is forcing these thunderstorms to develop. That colder air that's more dense, digging underneath of the warm, moist air that we have in place already. It was a pretty warm day, pretty humid outside if you stepped outside. And that cold air behind the front acts like a shovel. Acts like a shovel picking up the air in front of it. I'm just reading from the National Weather Service here. All right, and this is for up in Indian River. They're surveying some tornadic activity from yesterday. So, okay, but that doesn't apply to this, what we're talking about right now. I just wanted to make sure. As we zoom out a little bit, the areas in greens and reds where they come together is what we're looking at for opposing winds, and that has shifted a little bit now over to the east. So now we're looking at along North Congress Avenue, up toward North Palm Beach and around A1A, Lake Park and Blue Heron Boulevard. And we can take it down to street level for you and show you these areas that are under the most severe threat right now. Let's get right down to it. Around Dania Drive, around Birmingham Drive, Sun Court, Bedford Avenue, MacArthur Boulevard. And this is over toward Aki and Guava and Lychee Streets as well, and High Drive. We're highlighting this area. I'm going to circle it for you now, right in here. Right in this area here. This seems to be the area where we could run into the most trouble. The good news about this is we're getting closer to the coast. And once it moves offshore, then the danger instantly begins to decrease as it moves away from these heavily populated areas. But until then, we've got to pay very close attention to this. So we've got a little bit of a push offshore from the front part of the storm now, right in this area here. And I'll put on the reflectivity again. This is reflecting off of all the rainfall that's coming down. In the purple areas, that is the absolute heaviest rainfall and some of the gustiest winds happening as well. And all the lightning strikes you see coming in around Juno Ridge, lightning also a huge threat right now. And these gusty winds could just be straight line winds. Winds that as the rain and the cold air drops down from the clouds, spreads out along the surface, and those winds can be just as damaging as tornado winds when they come down out of the sky like that. We've seen tremendous damage from straight line winds, winds that move in a straight line, not a twisting line, not a twisting mechanism like a tornado, but more of just a straight line. That's when you see instances where you have trees blown in one direction, trucks, cars, etc., all pushed in one direction. And that's what the National Weather Service uses to determine whether a tornado has touched down. It is the pattern of the damage that's done. Is it a straight pattern where everything's blown the same direction, or are things just tossed about randomly in a circular direction? Even at Tiffany, I spent some time with some National Weather Service surveyors last year, and one new tool that they've really been able to utilize now is using drones to determine damage. because it used to be just on foot. They would walk around and say, well, this is here and this is there. But now when you can get that aerial view to see what pattern the damage is in, that is a really good indicator as to what we're looking at.
I would have to think that bird's eye view, just kind of being able to see a track, I would imagine that bird's eye view, Glenn, kind of being able to see the track, being able to see the pattern of what comes through. You know, one of the things I want to talk about right now, just listening to you, watching the maps as you're predicting this storm and seeing where some of the worst parts are. You know, we are coming up on the 2 o'clock hour. Elementary schools and will start to let out, and so will high schools at around 2:30. Of course, middle schools we know get out later. But for parents who are at home right now seeing this, they're going to want to wait till this weather moves through, the severe weather, because there's no way that schools can be letting their kids out right now with these kind of conditions. But as you mentioned, depending on how quickly the storm is moving, and while we look at PGA Boulevard here, this is on the left-hand side, we're hoping this will be offshore maybe in the next 20 minutes, you think, Glenn?
Well, when they issue a warning like this, they do it in a way that the time that they set should be the time when the entire threat is reduced. So if they thought it would be off sooner, they would have said 15 minutes. The reason they went with until 2 o'clock is because of the speed the storm is moving. The entire biggest threat of the storm should be offshore by 2 p.m. And there is a little, sort of a little cushion there in the timing too. Usually it's a pretty good push offshore before the warning is allowed to expire. So I circled this area here. I just want to show you these little bright areas here. They're called couplets, all of these little pixels that you see everywhere, but the couplets are the ones that show up brighter. They are an indication of very intense winds. And if I back out, you'll see it's red right there, and then it's green right over here. And so when you have winds going one direction one way and one direction the other way, that's when you can have the spin necessary for tornadic activity.
And Glenn, reiterate to people, if they're just turning on the news right now, they're seeing what's happening right now with us being under tornado warning. If you're in these areas that Glenn's been pointing out, people should be in their safe rooms. And can you tell our viewers again, I know you've gone over it before, but we can't say it enough, what defines their safe room in their home? Because it could be different rooms for different people. It might be your bathroom in the middle of your house. It could be somewhere else. In
my house, it's a closet. It's one of the only rooms that's completely interior that doesn't have an exterior wall. We keep that closet pretty clean just in case we need to get in it. But it has to be a room that doesn't have access from the outside, even if it's just a window, but even if it's a wall, and that on one side is your outside and the other side is that room. You want to get away from that if you can.
And turn up your TV so you can still hear Glenn as he's walking you through what's happening here on this tornado warning. But turn it up loud. Make sure you're in your safe room right now. If you're in one of these areas that Glenn has been pointing out, we're under a tornado warning since about 1:25 this afternoon from Palm Beach Gardens to Riviera Beach, North Palm Beach, Lake Park, Jupiter, Juno Beach. There were parts of West Palm Beach at some point. Is West Palm Beach mostly out of the clear at this point?
I don't see the same kind of pattern down in West Palm Beach that indicates any rotation like I'm seeing up in the Gardens area. I'm not saying it's certainly within the polygon. It stretches all the way down to Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard.
Okay, and Glenn, it's not just the winds too. I mean, you talked a little bit about lightning strikes. We've got a lot of lightning right now.
And there's also hail. So what I'm going to do, real quick, I just want to go over the locations where we're seeing potential rotation right now. And those areas are right around Nashua Drive and Needles Drive and near Seabiscuit Road, the Beeline Highway there. Near the Beeline, I'll go north a little bit up to North Lake. In this area here, this is where we could be seeing some potential rotation and certainly some gusty winds. We'll travel over to the east a little bit around Sunrise Drive, Sun Court, Bedford Avenue, MacArthur Boulevard, and then a little bit more over to the east, which is looking like it's in a little bit of trouble here with some potential rotation, Lighthouse Drive, Bay Road, and Anchorage Drive. And the Weather Service still has spotters watching. We're all watching the radar together here at the station. Also, the Weather Service is watching it carefully. Around Palm Beach Isles here, this is a really, really hefty spot with some severe winds going on. This area of purple right in here, and then North Ocean Drive, also with some issues with heavy-duty winds. But I think my biggest area of concern when I look over this picture right here, there's two areas. This area up in here, where we see a mixture of green and red coming together. Juneau Isles, Juneau Ridge, up toward Juneau Beach. And if I zoom in, let me get a couple other spots in there. Right, come on, work with me now, clicker. Here we go. Okay, Lost Tree Way, West End, Lake House Drive, Wheeler Road, Windsor Drive, Ocala Road, right along US 1 there, up in the northeast toward Juneau Ridge. And then right back here, I am concerned about this area here, around North Military Trail, the Turnpike, Ballin Isles, North Lake Boulevard rather, Sunset Drive, Sand Tree Drive, Sun Court. All of these areas around Ballin Isles here.
For people who might be for people who might be unfamiliar with that area, that's the North Lake and Military intersection where there's a Winn-Dixie, there's a Dunkin' Donuts, and then of course a little to the west you have the Ballin Isles, Horseshoe Acres, and then to the east, as you were mentioning before when you talked about MacArthur, for people who might not know off the top of their head, that's where the Costco is.
Yes.
And then a little farther east is the Target. So if you've been down North Lake Boulevard, these are the areas that Glenn is most concerned with right now. That whole stretch of kind of the North Lake corridor going all the way to Military Trail, where you're concerned with what you're seeing.
There's also a hail threat right now. Right around this area here, we're seeing half-inch hail coming down around Lighthouse Drive and Anchorage Drive, and this is right up to the north here, right around Juneau Ridge and Palm Beach Isles. So there's a lot of hail there. Let me go down to the south a little bit. And we're also seeing that area that I was concerned about there by Ballin Isles, this area, we're also seeing hail here, and it is also half an inch. So also a half-inch hail.
We saw a lot of hail yesterday too. Viewers sent in all kinds of photos from St. Lucie County. We saw a lot, and this is when you have these different systems going, you know, kind of creating this perfect situation for this hail, right?
Just the perfect situation, because we have this push up into the atmosphere. It's when you have air that's traveling up into a storm at a very rapid pace. So you have that upflow there into the storm. What happens is little crystals of ice form from the moisture that's being pushed up. And then as they get a little heavier, they start to fall, but then they get pushed up again. And they gather like a snowball. They gather more and more ice until they're just too heavy to stay up in that cloud, and that's when they come down. If you have enough of an updraft, enough wind pushing those ice crystals up and up and up over and over again, you can get some very large hail, like in White City yesterday, golf ball size hail coming down. I mean, that's, for our area, that's pretty big hail. We don't see the kind of hail that they see often across the central part of the country in Tornado Alley.
And we are, I'm being told by our producers right now that we are getting calls regarding hail in Palm Beach Gardens, so exactly what you said. They're anticipating it there and also in North Palm Beach. If you're just joining us, it's 1:48 and Palm Beach County is under a tornado warning. Glenn Glazer walking us through, making sure that you and your family, that you're safe, that you're in your safe room right now, because this tornado warning, the biggest areas impacted right now, Glenn, Palm Beach Gardens, areas of Juneau, Juneau Beach, Juneau Ridge, North Palm Beach. Do you want to walk everyone through again the areas that are at most risk?
I do, and I'm going to switch over to what we call velocity here, and it refers to winds. On the radar, you can look at a number of different things. With the way technology has advanced, you of course can look at rainfall. That's called reflectivity, and that's what I think people are most familiar with when they look at a radar. They see where the rain is moving. If I put this into motion, I mean, this type of image with these colors is probably what you're used to. But one of the things that is really fantastic is you can see the way the raindrops are blowing because the winds are blowing them that way. And when you switch over, that's called velocity. You can tell the way the winds are moving based on the different colors that are on the radar. In this case, you have two different main colors that you watch. You watch red and you watch green. Red indicates winds blowing one direction, green the other direction. And where you see those two things mixing together is where you have the potential for rotation. So this really worries me here, where we see all this red, and then you see this sort of intrusion of green dipping down towards Cypress Lakes and Century Village, right there in West Palm Beach. That wasn't there before, but now we're seeing that come together a little bit. So that is of concern. And then up to the north here, we're looking at North Palm Beach, Holly Drive, around alternate A1A there, and Military Trail, and then along Central Boulevard. So we have this area here where you'll see sort of a mixture of the two colors coming together, right around Palm Beach Gardens, a little bit right in here around Juneau Ridge, and then behind that, you know, more of the red color. So you see that right in this area here, we have sort of a mixture of those two, which indicates the potential for some rotation in there. So
and so if you're in that area, you should at this point be in your safe room.
100%.
Turn up the television loud so you can hear Glenn as he walks you through this tornado warning. You mentioned Holly Drive. That is specifically where we were just getting reports of hail. So we know that they're enduring some pretty severe weather right now in the Gardens area along Holly Drive. That's actually right near Palm Beach Gardens High School. There's also Palm Beach Gardens Elementary School, which is right down the street from there too. So we have calls into the school district right now because we know some schools get out at 2 p.m. We are calling to find out what the status is on dismissal times. I do want to make a reference to what you're seeing on your screen right now on the left-hand side. This is a camera from Jay Jarvis, who is sitting in the passenger seat. She is not driving. We have a photographer driving, but this is a Jade's camera, live video, as she travels through the Gardens area looking for storm damage. One of the areas that Glenn tells us is most at risk as we continue to be under a tornado warning here in Palm Beach County. Glenn?
And that is until 2 p.m., so that's 8 minutes from now. We'll see as we get, I mean, obviously, the polygon moves, by the way, also as everything moves. So you get to get a little more of a close-up view of the track. As the most severe part of the storm gets closer to the coast, then there's often a little shift in the area that is in danger, and the areas behind it fall out of danger as the potential for rotation shifts over to the northeast. So the two areas that we're seeing here, now this is already pretty much offshore.
Oh, good.
Now, so that part is good, and there may be some hail falling out over the ocean there. That's a possibility. But right in here, Mangonia Park, North Congress, Riviera Beach, this is an area where we're still seeing hail coming down, and it's half-inch hail. And that's radar estimated. That's not exact. It could be smaller, could be a little bit larger.
Glenn, on our left, by the way,
Yes.
is 45th and Military.
Oh, yeah, so this is the area we're talking about.
Yep, it's exactly where you are right now. You can see it is just so dark outside. It's coming down in sheets. As Glenn just mentioned, there is the potential for hail, and you could see some rotation in this area potentially, correct, Glenn?
We could. Let's check back. Let's switch back over to the winds and see what we're seeing. Well, it's looking a little better. It's looking a little lighter here, not quite as much. They may let this expire at 2 o'clock. I think that one of the areas we are watching very closely still might be this area right in here around North Congress Avenue, Silver Beach Road. Right in
Lake
here.
Park area?
In Lake Park area. West 28th. I'll zoom back out. Just in the Riviera Beach area, yeah, in Lake Park. And that just has to move offshore here. And then I think we'll be in much, much better shape once that happens. The fact that there's a little red and green mix, but also that there's some of these lighter colors in here are an indication that there's some very, very strong winds happening right in that area right there. Let me see if I can...
While you're pulling that up, I want to remind our viewers that we're also streaming this on our app. So if you have to get it into your safe room and walk away from your TV and you can't hear your TV from your safe room, you can find Glenn and this coverage on our WPBF-25 app. And we will be here with you until this tornado warning expires. Glenn?
We will. And that is our policy here. And I know sometimes people say, you know, it looks like the tornado threat is gone, et cetera, but we stay on. We stay on.
Because let's not forget that it's not just the high winds and the potential for a tornado, but we have been seeing a lot of lightning strikes.
I put on the rotation tracker here just in case we can see a little mix. So we do have this area right here, which we were just talking about, right in there, around Military Trail and North Lake. That's an area that we're still concerned about as it continues to move to the northeast. The good news, as we mentioned earlier, is that it's traveling to the northeast at 25 miles per hour. So we don't have hours and hours of this tornado warning, but we do have this potential for rotation until it moves offshore. In front of that area where there's possible rotation, just ahead of it where it's headed next, Old Dixie Highway and 10th Court along North Lake there.
Okay, that's
then
just
Eagle Way.
past, I happen to know this area well,
Yeah.
so just for people who know, it's just past the Chick-fil-A on North Lake and the Hobby Lobby, that's right there. That 10th Court is one of the main thoroughfares that goes north and south. It's near Prosperity Farms,
yes,
between
yes.
Prosperity Farms and alternate A1A. It's right
Yes.
around there in Lake Park, so
I think there's
for
a
folks
Buffalo,
in that area. Yep.
Wild Wings there too. Yeah, right in there. Let's zoom down a little bit more here toward over toward the coast. So even though we're seeing this very intense area in brighter red here, heading over toward North Ocean Avenue, this is almost offshore. So that's great news. So I think a lot of our focus will just turn back into this area here just in the next 4 minutes or so. And it's looking a little weaker. We're not seeing those strong colors on both sides. Definitely very windy here, and most certainly a hail risk in this area as well. There it is right there in the purple. But I think we are doing a lot better. When I look at this radar image and I take a look at where everything has pushed just over in the past half hour or so, I think we're looking pretty well. So we'll see what the Weather Service decides to do. This coming in right here, they have allowed the tornado warning to expire.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So that is good news. So a majority of it has pushed offshore. They feel like the threat is mainly offshore. So we're looking good for now.
Excellent, excellent news that the
Yes.
tornado warning has expired. I also want to mention to our viewers, if you can do so safely, we do not want you to go outside, but if you can take a picture through your window and you see some hail or you see the weather, feel free to send us in your videos or your pictures, because you always help us tell the story, as you did this weekend, especially last night when we had those severe storms roll through. Glenn, you were here. We had all kinds of hail on the Treasure Coast in St. Lucie County, White City. We had all kinds of video that was sent in to us. So we appreciate your video, but we only want you to send that in to us unless, only if you're safe.
And I'm going to stay on the air just another couple minutes here, just because they're allowing it to expire at 2 p.m. Is the exact statement from, even though they wrote expire in there, they specified they do want it to run until 2. So when we hit the top of the hour here, we'll go ahead and return everybody to regular programming. But I do want you to know.
Look at the radar. I mean, the radar itself, even without the tornado warning, I mean,
Yes.
it's a mess out there.
It's a mess out here. So here's the good news for us. There's very little happening back behind this line of storms here.
Excellent.
This is a nice clearing here. So everything is really stretches from northern Miami up into our viewing area, and that's all moving offshore. And what is really nice about what's going to happen next is that we do have a cold front that will move through the area, and tonight will actually be a little chilly across South Florida. We're looking at temperatures in the 50s and some 60s tonight. So that cooler air moves in. It also helps usher in drier air, and we end up with a nice cool night, and the rest of the week, very low rain chances. For Tuesday, for Wednesday, for Thursday, even for Friday and Saturday, we get a couple of coastal showers. But the rest of the week, pretty low chances for rain, comparatively speaking. So we're going to stay with this just for a few more minutes here. And I'm going to show you the most intense parts of the storm. And I can continue even though the rotation threat may be gone. There's still the possible for, hey, oh, look at that. And possible water spout going out right now. That's pretty incredible.
We also just got into the newsroom. Felicia Rodriguez sent us some video of Palm Beach Gardens of some hail. So we, as predicted, and as you've been telling us, and as we've been hearing from viewers, we do know that indeed they were dealing with hail in the Palm Beach Gardens area. We're also hearing that on the Holly Drive area, which is off Military Trail near Gardens High School, there was some hail in that area. So
and still around here, around Palm Beach shores, and in Riviera Beach, we're still getting readings for potential hail in this area along Blue Heron Boulevard and back to the west near Haverhill Hill Road. Rain totals coming down about 2 inches per hour here. Now, obviously, we're not going to have the same kind of threat that we saw in Fort Lauderdale last week with these fast-moving showers and storms. What they had down there was a different sort of situation where a front stalled out right over the Fort Lauderdale area, and there was a lot of convergence of moisture right in that area for hours and hours and hours of time. For us, we could see some temporary flooding with some of this heavy rainfall, but it'll drain pretty quickly. We're not expecting to see anything like we saw down south. Let's put back on the reflectivity. This is all the rainfall. We'll put this into motion just in the past 15 minutes. And I'll do a little tracking for you here to show you when you could be getting some heavy rainfall if you're not getting it right now. So in the Wellington area, Loxahatchee, Olympia, this is really heavy rain coming down, and quite a few lightning strikes here too, just in the past few minutes. And you're hearing it, I'm sure, outside. Let's pause and go over here to West Palm Beach. If you are on Palm Beach, it is coming down. Barton Avenue, Clark Avenue, all along Coconut Road there, and South County Road. That is just a mess right there. And right along the Flagler Memorial Bridge. Really heavy rain, poor visibility. Back up to the north. Obviously, this is where we had the tornado warning, but it's still raining really hard. What is the camera we have up there, Tiffany?
Right now, I believe that's 45th Street right there.
Okay.
That you're looking at.
All right.
45th and Military.
So, yeah, brutal, heavy duty rainfall, slowing everything down right now. There's North Lake Boulevard. Here's 45th Street here. So that should be calming down a little bit of a break, but there is more back out here to the west that's headed over to the east. I would say, just based on what we're seeing now, if I took my little measuring tool here and I measured out how many miles it was to the coast, with everything moving about 25 miles per hour, I would say in the next hour or so, we're going to start to see a lot less activity across our area. Around 3 o'clock or so, a lot of this will be offshore, and we may be looking at a much more pleasant late afternoon here in South Florida, and certainly a pleasant night ahead as well.
And Glenn, we did get, you mentioned the water spout. We did get a photograph from our meteorologist, Brooke Silverang, of a water spout. We're efforting that right now to get that on air for our viewers to see that, as well as some hail video that was shot not long ago in the Palm Beach Gardens area. We know people have called into our newsroom to let us know that they are experiencing some hail in the Gardens area, so we are working to get that video to you just to kind of give you, our viewers, a perspective of what's happening in and around northern Palm Beach County. As Glenn has been telling you, we were under that tornado warning. It did expire, but we are still dealing with some very strong storms rolling through the Palm Beach Gardens, Lake Park, Juno Beach, Jupiter area. So even though the tornado warning has expired, you still want to stay inside your home if you don't have to get out. I know it is dismissal time for some elementary schools in the area, so hopefully you've heard from your individual schools about what they're doing in terms of keeping the kids a little bit behind, or if they you know, maybe are just delaying dismissal time for maybe a few minutes while they get through some of these storms.
I just got a text message from a friend of mine who is on North Lake in Lake Park, and she said the hail was unbelievable there. Major winds, a lot of hail there.
Yeah, and that's exactly the area that you've been pointing out, that North Lake corridor from Military Trail east all the way really to US 1, and then farther north and a little bit south in the Lake Park region as well.
We're starting to see a little bit of a break back in the western parts of Boca. I know you've been dealing with some really heavy rainfall and a strong storm down there. Delray, you've probably got another 20, 25 minutes or so of really heavy rainfall as this all continues to move through. And then as we travel up the coast a little bit, Wellington, very heavy rain right now, but looking much better around the 20-mile bend and back toward Loxahatchee. Up toward Lake Okeechobee. Let me flatten out the map here. Hold on. There we go. Up around Pahokee, starting to clear out. Belle Glade, you're looking a lot better. Our friends in Port Mayaca, you're seeing some moderate rainfall there, but I'm not seeing any lightning strikes. Indiantown, you're clearing out. You may get a little bit of rainfall up in Florida Ridge and in Vero Beach, thanks to these showers here, but that's about it. But the most intense part of the storms that we're seeing right now are really down south here and still in the Palm Beach Gardens area, and that's going to be a little while. Even though there is not currently a warning for that area, I would say, you know, if you're not in a safe room, at least stay inside for this. Do we have, this is hail video from?
This is from Palm Beach Gardens.
Oh, wow.
Felicia Rodriguez sent it in, and this is off PGA Boulevard. So you can, it's visible.
Whoa.
I mean, you can see that hail popping onto the brick pavers there. Looks like it's she's in an underhang there.
Looks like maybe she got caught out in a shopping area or something like that there. Yeah.
And it also, you can see the winds, how strong the winds are. Once this camera pans up, you'll see just how strong the winds are there. But this is, again, in the Palm Beach Gardens area off of PGA Boulevard, shot just a short time ago within the last 20 minutes by Felicia Rodriguez.
Wow, yeah, look at that. It is really whipping there. Wow.
We're hearing that from viewers, too, who have been saying that they've been experiencing the hail. You got the text from your friend along North Lake. This is PGA Boulevard. We also know that there was hail spotted in the Holly Drive area, which is between those two main corridors. But, you know, just some really, really severe weather out there this afternoon.
And you have the ponding and you have the poor visibility just from the rain itself. Not a great time to be out on the road. And we kind of, we were able to, the computer models were very, very accurate with the timing of everything today. We knew from about 11 a.m. this morning until about 4 p.m. this afternoon was the time frame in which we could see some of the strongest storms pushing on through. And I think that time frame is going to work, actually. I really think that in the next hour or so, everything will start to calm down, and then we will be left with looking forward to a little bit of a dry spell. I met some people at the store who were visiting from up north, and they dealt with the rough weather yesterday afternoon, and they were hoping for some nicer weather this week in South Florida.
Yeah, a little bit of a reprieve.
I told them they're going to get it. They're going to get it starting tomorrow.
You know, when we first had the rain last week, we were all kind of like, oh, we need the rain. It's so nice.
Yeah.
We love having the rain. Our lawns love the rain because we've been in this, you know, dry spell. But I think after last night and those just terrible storms that moved through, and then, of course, today, everyone's ready for, yes, a few dry days would be nice.
And
go ahead.
What will be interesting is tomorrow or Wednesday morning, we'll get the latest drought index for Florida. And I'll be interested to see, because just a couple of weeks ago, we were reporting how a lot of our area was in a severe drought or a moderate drought. I'll be interested to see how we did here, how much the soil was able to absorb and where that puts us, even before the rainy season officially begins. Look at this video.
Yeah, so this is our Jay Jarvis, who is driving through the area. She's not driving. I want to make that very clear. She is in the passenger seat. We would never tell her to pull out her camera while she's driving. She is in a car with a photographer who's driving, and she is shooting the video. But this is just in and around the area, and you can see all the water that's on the streetway there. That'll, of course, recede probably very quickly. But just, you know, a little indication of what it looks like outside, Glenn.
So I just want to do one quick measurement here. It's from the back end of the last storm moving through Wellington over to the coast, about 20 miles, and these are moving at about 25 miles per hour. So within the next hour, most of this activity will move offshore. That's not to say we couldn't see something happen before then, but at the moment, we're looking pretty good. So we're gonna leave you now. Oh, we had some water spout video.
Yeah, there it is. It's a photograph that Brooke Silverring sent in, Glenn. But you know, you mentioned it earlier. Yeah. There it is.
As soon as that kind of rotation moves offshore, you instantly run the risk of seeing some water spout activity out there with all that going on. That's pretty amazing. So I think we're going to wrap it up for now. If another warning is issued, of course, we will jump right back on the air with you. In the meantime, if you are anywhere from Wellington and Loxahatchee in the acreage over to West Palm Beach, Lake Worth Beach, Juno Beach, Riviera Beach, and up toward Jupiter and Tequesta, please pay attention to the weather here. We still have some strong storms trying to push over toward the coast, and then we should be doing a lot better within the next hour or so. But thank you for staying with us. We appreciate it. Tiffany, thank you. And we return you to regular programming.
I have reporters on it. Nicholas has vanished. Nobody knows where he is, and his sons apparently are hostages. And the mastermind of the whole thing is my Uncle Victor.
I'm sure it must be overwhelming to have to juggle your job and your emotions. So that's why I'm here, to offer my help.
Just stay still. You want to look